What's up everybody, it's your tech guy, MKBHD, back with another camera breakdown. Today we're diving deep into the iPhone 16e's new camera system. Apple's going for that sweet spot between price and performance. Let's see if they nailed it. The 16e boasts a 48 megapixel fusion camera. Sounds familiar? You're right, it's the same megapixel count as the iPhone 16 and 16 Pro. But don't get it twisted, there are some key differences. The 16e rocks an f1.6 aperture. That's wider than the 16 Pro's f/1.78, which means more light hits the sensor. More light usually means better low-light photos. However, here's the catch. No sensor shift stabilization. This is a biggie, guys. Sensor shift keeps your shots steady, especially in low light. Without it, expect some blur if your hands aren't rock solid. Section 2, Hardware Check. What's under the hood? Let's break down this 48 megapixel fusion camera. It's a solid sensor, especially for the price. The f1.6 aperture is a nice touch, letting in that extra light for brighter images. But the lack of sensor shift stabilization is a noticeable omission. This tech's become pretty standard, even on some mid-range phones these days. Why does this matter? Stabilization is crucial for sharp images, especially when you're shooting in low light or using that 2x zoom. Without it, those shots might end up looking a little shaky. It's a trade-off you'll have to consider. Section 3. Software and features. Lights, camera, missing action. Okay, let's talk software and features. The 16e runs on Apple's A18 chip. It's a capable processor, but it's not the latest and greatest. This means you miss out on some of the fancy camera features found on the iPhone 16 Pro. No macro mode for those extreme close-ups. No spatial photo or video for that immersive three-dimensional effect. Night mode portraits? Nope. Cinematic mode and action mode for those smooth cinematic shots? You guessed it, not here. And if you're a RAW shooter, ProRAW is also absent. Section 4. Picture this, image quality and that unique vibe. Now for the moment of truth, image quality. In good lighting, the 16e captures decent shots. Colors are on point and detail is respectable. But compared to the iPhone 16 Pro, you'll notice a difference. The 16 Pro captures more detail, especially in the shadows and highlights. Low light is where the lack of sensor shift stabilization really shows. Images are noticeably softer, and there's more noise compared to the 16 Pro. But here's the thing, some people might actually dig this look. The 16e has this grainy, moody vibe that's kind of cool. It's not technically perfect, but it has a certain charm.